Hello everyone, I'm Broughy1322 and welcome to week 73 of the GTA Content Creator Series on Xbox. I almost messed that up. We're obviously in the playlist, ready to go. Let's get it started. Let's just get this played. Play a giant Specky. So late. You talked about me being late. Look at this lateness. I would have been on time if it wasn't for Specky joining. Oh, now someone's left. Okay, so I was a little bit late to the stream. I apologize. I got the Twitch setup stream for this stream a little bit late, started a little bit late, and then that obviously continued. Trying to give Master, there he is. So, yeah, I apologize. I'm sorry for being late. Let's just get into it. So we've got another 7 tracks to go through, like we always do. YouTube is terrible for starting the stream. It completely cuts out your intro. Yeah, it takes YouTube a while to figure out. I'm pretty sure that the video afterwards starts normally, but it takes YouTube forever to figure out that I've started streaming and actually display what is on the stream. So, yeah. Good old YouTube. But, yeah. Another 7 tracks to go through. We've got. This is the all right. So I did try and do it the same as what I did last week, where I had it ranked in the highest rated track first, and then just going down in descending order for the track values. Obviously, all tracks are rated out of 10. That's the average that needs to be over 4. All tracks are rated out of 5 by the 10 testers. There needs to be an average of 4 or higher out of 5 to be able to be community verified and considered to be part of a stream. And I had that all set up, but GTA did its usual thing where you set up a playlist and you have a specific order for the playlist. And that order, it decides that order is not what is going to happen. And it just randomly puts some jobs in different locations. You guys know about this if you've been watching these live streams for a while. So, it's mostly in the order that I intended, but 2 of the tracks are out of order. Regardless of that, we are starting with the highest ranked, the highest rated track of the stream. This got a 4.84, which is incredibly high. We had a 4.81 as the first track last week as well. That was also an off-road track. So I'm expecting good things to start with, and then still good things for the rest of the stream, because it's not as if... Ooh, bloody hell, I just nipped through there, that's fine. It's not as if the lower rated tracks are bad. They still have to be good enough to be considered verified, which is still a very high standard. But yeah, we're starting off strong, and I've got the same idea to do it again next week for the PC stream, which I'm actually going to be recording on tomorrow's Twitch stream because I'm not going to be here, and then it's going to be put up as a video, well, a premiere, I guess. But yeah, starting strong, off-road style race first. And then we've got some regular races, and then 2 event tracks right at the end of the playlist. So yeah, 7 tracks again. As always, we always cover 7 tracks each week. This time we're on Xbox because the first Saturday of every month it's always on PS4. The second Saturday of every month it's always on Xbox, and the third Saturday of every month is always on PC. There's no controller cam because I'm on Xbox and it doesn't allow for that sort of thing. And there we go. So far this has been fun. I've enjoyed this. This is good. This is a good little off-road track. I like how there's a mix. It's kind of like a rallycross-esque in terms of there's a mix of off-road sections and on-road sections. But obviously not in the format of a rallycross track, which would normally be extremely small. But this is fun. This has got some really nice sections. I can see why this scored so highly. There's some smooth transitions. We're utilizing different parts of the map and different sort of map connections, if you like. Going from one part of the map to another via way of, you know, custom created stunt road pieces that are all nice and smoothly done. It's just a nice layout as well. And then supposedly this split section at the end is actually a split section. It's not pit lane or anything. You can go both ways. Just gives a bit more space, I guess. Really nice. I really like this. This is I can definitely see why this scored so highly. It doesn't try to, you know, reinvent the wheel or do anything too crazy. And it just executes what it's trying to do very, very nicely indeed. Perfect little fun off-road track. I mean, you could also do something like muscle cars around here for the low grip stuff and still have, like, you can kind of get like a proper race going on. Even though there's some off-road sections, it feels like proper circuits as well in addition to that, even though it's on certain off-road areas. Yeah, it's good. Good start. Good strong start. Once again. With the off-road creations. Oh, I'm an idiot. All that good work undone. I tried to cut into the corner way too much. God damn it. It was a good race up until that point. So welcome everybody to the stream, whether it's your first time or your 500th time. Well, we haven't done 500 YouTube streams, but we've certainly done more than 500 Twitch streams, I imagine. If you enjoy the stream, feel free to follow me on Twitch and come to the Twitch streams. If it's something that you want to see more of, there'll be one tomorrow, like I said. As always, same time. And thank you, as always, to the members that we have. The 51 members. Some tier 2 and tier 3 members as well now. Now that we've got different tiers of membership with different perks. Hopefully you're all enjoying getting your testing results early. And all the other benefits. And use the emotes in the chat if you're a member. Is there one for PS4? Like I said right at the start, we do one of these for each platform every month. First Saturday of the month is always PS4, second Saturday Xbox One, third Saturday PC. And if you go to the playlist, you'll be able to go back and watch a load of content creator streams with a load of tracks for each platform. You can just add them to your game. If you're on PS4, if you're on Xbox One, if you're on PC, whatever it might be. Oh god. Yeah. God damn it. That did not go well. Such a nice track this though. Despite that absolute capitulation on the last lap and a half. Really, really, really good start to this stream. What a nice little track. Good stuff. So as always, the links for these tracks are down below in the description. They're all in the order in which we play them as well. So this is our first track, so it's first in the list. You can just get the link, add it to your game, go to your bookmark jobs, and it'll be there for you to play. And you can do the same with any track that we showcase, assuming that you're on Xbox, because tracks are not cross-platform. Because Rockstar suck. Good track. Bad race performance, but good track. So we've got a regular racing track next. And like I said, we've got our 2 event style tracks towards the end. G-Fred is tomorrow. G-Fred is always on the Sunday streams. It'll be 5M tomorrow as well. If you look on bruffy.com/schedule and go to the bottom, you get to see what platform I'm going to be playing for every stream in the near future. Right, so we'll do 2 laps. Should we do 3 if we do supers? Let's do supers, but no top supers. It's like the top 7 now or something, isn't it? So this is the track from the thumbnail. You could check the website or spam you with a question that has been asked 500 times. I mean, that's true. I still haven't gotten a dozer in a random all, that's true. Maybe it'll happen tomorrow night, who knows. But yeah, the plan for tomorrow night's stream is to record the PC content creator stream first. And then that will go up to YouTube this time next week as a premiere. And then, so in advance, so you know in advance when you're watching this time next week on YouTube, it won't be live, it'll be recorded. And then we'll move over to 5M and do the usual 5M stuff. Unique races, random races, all that good stuff. Are you doing random all today? Are you? Is this random all? Yeah, that's something that has happened a lot more lately. I have a lot of the same questions getting asked all the time. I even make a website that has all the answers on. I need to make someone suggested that I should make an FAQ page on the website. But the thing is, it's impossible. Like, I could make an FAQ page on the website, but no one's gonna answer it. No one's gonna read it. It's like we have the bruffy.com/join page that explains exactly how you can get into sessions, when you can get into sessions, what you need to do to get into sessions, and to race, and all that kind of stuff. We've got the schedule page that lets people know what platform we're on and when. But you still get the same questions all the time. How do I join? When can I join? Why can't I join? So what can you do? It can only go so far. Just followed you on Twitch. Well, thank you. Hopefully you get the notification when I'm live tomorrow, and you can enjoy some fun 5M and GTA madness on the Twitch stream tomorrow night as well. We always have good fun over on Twitch. 3 times a week I stream over there. So like I say, if you enjoy these YouTube streams, feel free to check me out there too. I was streaming there for 5 hours this morning before this stream. Great re-entry. Straight past a load of them. And again, Brophy.com/schedule. All the schedule command tells you exactly when I'm going to be streaming and on what platform. Well, the platform command tells you what platform, but it's all on the site. Brophy.com/schedule. But yeah, it'll be a little bit earlier tomorrow. Because like I said, I'm going to be doing the PC content creator stream first, so it'll be a little bit of a longer stream as well. Maybe about 5 PM, 4:30, something like that, UK time. And GFred is always at 9:30 UK time. Impressive creation. This. Oh, do we really go around? This is quite fun. Well, fast and flowy is about right. So this is the one from the thumbnail, obviously. It's probably pretty easy to see that by now. Yeah, this is a good creation. It's so smooth as well with the transitions. Turismo just doesn't have the top speed that the new cars do. Isn't that a Thrax in front? I thought I said no, not the top few supercars. That's definitely one of the top few supercars. As long as he doesn't finish, I suppose that's okay. This is so good. This is a perfect example of like an absolutely... Oh, he didn't have to stop. He can still keep racing, just don't finish. That's always the rule if you choose the wrong car. You can keep on racing, just don't take a place from somebody at the end of the race who actually chose the car that we restricted it to. Yeah, what I was going to say was, this is a perfect example of... This is so good. This is such a good section. A perfect example of a track that, you know, this is never going to be an event track. When you're looking at what is a high-level event track, you want a variety of corners, you know, all lampposts covered over, things like that. It's never going to be that kind of track. For obvious reasons, I would imagine most of you can see at this point, if you've watched these streams for more than a few weeks. But it's such a good playlist track. Like, it's such a good track for just putting in a playlist and having a good bit of fun to race around. Great creation. The top cars are 0.1 seconds, who cares? Well, no. The top cars in the Supers class are all about 1 to 1.5 seconds per lap quicker than the cars that were intended to be raced in this race. And that's over a 50 second lap. Well, 60-second lap. So you're looking at 4 to 5 seconds over a 3-minute lap. It's a big difference. Especially when you're racing against people who can actually race, like in these lobbies. See how quick, easily that Wagner cornered in comparison to an Itali? Such a good creation, this palace. Two very impressive tracks to start us off, gotta say. Both of these are going to get added to the list of tracks to play. Good stuff. What would you consider your absolute favourite car to race with? Well, you've just seen one of the three. Toka doesn't take any feedback at all. You tell him to stop using tube apexes, put double checkpoints, whatever it might be. He just ignores you. Plus he puts brackets on the tag. Yeah, that's the only thing. I think it was the same creator that I mentioned this before. He's got brackets on the tag of his name for the track, which puts it to the top end of the list. I would almost not bookmark it just for that very reason. And yeah, the apexes of the corners using stunt tubes are not good anymore. It's not as if that's a perfect track, but for what it's intended to be, I guess you can overlook those little things. It was a good fun a good fun little jaunt. I'm counting that as a 4th place because of Scumbag Malice. You never said car restrictions. Yes, I did. I said no top 7 or whatever it is. Old style supercars. I literally said it. So, first 2 tracks. Very good. Our next track, we're back to an off-road track. So, this was suggested to do 3 laps with off-road trucks or SUVs. Should we do like... Should we do Camachos? But we might have to put it, turn it to stock Camachos. Because we never race Camachos, but I don't have one. And I wonder how many people actually do have one. Didn't think the Thrax was in the class of the top cars anyway. Really? Buckeye Pat? You mean you didn't see the Thrax testing video? Alright, let's leave customs on. Let's do a really quick. If you need a Camacho, stand on top of your car. Really quick. Don't do anything else. Just stand on top of your car if you need one. If you have one, take it, hand it out, all that stuff. Sticky bomb to start. Let's try and do it as quick as possible. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have a Camacho. So I'll take the trophy truck in case I lose it. I know you, sorry Arno. Yeah, fair enough, Buckeye Pat, fair enough. That's too much to remember. Stand on top of what? I have a Camacho on PS4, but trying to keep all cars up to date on 3 platforms is not a thing. Give me a Camacho. We never race with the Camacho, so hopefully this will be good. The trophy trucks are always just such, like, so much more fun. This is the kind of thing that you'd see a lot in stream races when we do, for example, the random car command to choose a random car to use in races, and everybody swaps cars to make sure everyone has the same car. It's the sort of thing that we do in stream races over on Twitch. Alright, are we good? I think we're good. Sticky bombs at some point after 120. Whether you're ready or not, that's when the sticky bomb is going. I don't know why he's running around and not, like, taking a car or something. I don't know what people are doing, but we're going. Oh no, he's getting... Okay, getting a car at the last minute. There's just cars left in the middle of the road. Alright, third track of the night. 2 off-road races. I've missed the checkpoint because of all that nonsense. What a mess. That went well. I don't think people, like, brake. I can't move. Specky, what's going on? Good Lord. Look, Maha, no brakes. Let's have a bit of field spread so we can get away from all this nonsense. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool little moment. I like that. This whole custom created section. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, and then there's a little jump over here which is over the track as well. Didn't realise that was over the track. There's just random Camachos strewn everywhere. This is another cool off-road race with some sort of, again, custom created sections. Whee! It's the sort of thing that you want to see these days. Something fresh and unique. Good bit of fun. Good selection of tracks so far. Oh, frame drops. Someone about to disconnect. Or trying to join. Good old Xbox. I haven't got an awful lot to say about the track, it's just good fun. There's a few locations where there's kind of like holes in the middle of the track, which I feel like, you know, they say there, for example, or there's a few other locations where it's a bit more apparent, where I feel like the layout could be improved a little bit. Specky's running. What? Because he can't move in his car, I'm guessing. Rip. I mean, that's always the thing with, you know, a rating of 4 from the testers is that the track is good enough to be verified, but it still has some room for improvement. And it's very, very difficult that a tester is ever going to give a track a score of 5, which is absolutely perfect and needs no changes made to make it better whatsoever. Which is why it's so crazy when we get those 4.8, 4.7 level of tracks, because it means a fair amount of people have actually given it a score of 5. Like the first track was a 4.84. It's just how averages work. You know, the last track, yeah, it would annoy me, to be honest, with the brackets in the name, and there's certain tube apexes that were, you know, that could still definitely be an improvement. And this track, there's a few areas for improvement still as well, with maybe the layout not going in some more dangerous areas, but you know, you gotta combine that with just the rest of the track, and it's just such good fun. Great little track, great layout. Good mix of off-road and road sections. Custom created bits of track as well. Unique experience. It's just good. Oh, almost botched it there. Good times. He's still running. He's still going for it. He's curb boosting on and off the curbs. Oh, good stuff, Specky. Ah, good times. I don't think he's going to make a lap. Shades of Ricky Bobby. It's the G-Fred spirit. That's it. Good times. What a way to end. Perfectly timed. Good fun. Camacho was fun as well. It's not as good as a trophy truck, but it's fun. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Thank you guys for all the support lately as well, with all the videos and things. You know, all the testing and videos I've been making covering the DLC and all that kind of stuff. It's been a lot of hard work, and I've really appreciated you guys watching, and hopefully it's been helpful. Right, so yeah, let's do Sports Classics. We haven't done Sports Classics yet. 4 laps. We'll do about 4 laps. Should work. And like I said, tomorrow night stream on Twitch, we're going to be doing 5M, so random races. There'll be G-Fred at the end of the stream. It's actually going to be a big stream tomorrow night. All right, yeah, let's have the banned Sport Classics in effect. That's a lot of Sport Classics. No, you can choose any Sport Classic. It's too much for one of these streams. It will take too long to swap cars and all that kind of stuff because a lot of people aren't going to have them. But tomorrow we're on 5M anyway. On the we're doing the PC stream. The next PS4 stream, which will be next weekend. Let's do a banned Sport Classics race using some of the old Sport Classics instead. That took a while to get out, didn't it? There's so many. The Sports Classics class just became like so huge when they pretty much added that new breed of Sports Classics that were just basically sports cars. I do kind of miss the old Sports Classics. But that's how many cars you have to ban to be able to do an old style Sports Classics race now. Turismo Classic, Cheetah Classic, Rapid GT Classic, Sterling GT, Infernos Classic, Torero, Swinger, Viserys, Silvestre, Retinue, Z-Type and Pigali. You need to ban all of those. So this is the first track that's a little bit out of order to what I initially intended. This was going to be towards the back end of the playlist, but some of the tracks didn't want to be there. So we might see a few. Again, this got a score of 4, so it's good enough to be, you know, considered community verified. But maybe we'll see certain things that we think can be improved a little bit more than some of the others. Oh no. And again, for anyone who wants to submit their own circuits, that's the one thing. I felt like there was something that I hadn't mentioned. If you want to submit your own circuits, it's all down below in the description, bruvy.com/verified. It explains how it all works and all that kind of stuff. We should be reopening the the submissions again soon. Into some high speeds on this little bit. Didn't brake anyway. Oh, bloody hell. Seems like a lot of people didn't brake anywhere near quickly enough, early enough. Nightbot just went crazy with all the mods saying the same command. So this was submitted as a regular playlist race. It's not trying to be an event race, so we don't need to be super harsh about lampposts and things like that, because that's not its intention. It's meant to be able to be a race that, god damn it, that you can put into a playlist and have a good bit of fun racing around, but not take itself too seriously. The one thing that I will say though is there's one part of this where it immediately stood out to me as just, I didn't understand it. I think it's after this corner. Yeah, if you're gonna put walls, why not just make it so that there's no curb boosting possible in those sections? Like, why line up the wall with just some arbitrary random part of the track such that you can still go on and off the curbs? You might as well just make it flush with the curb so you can't go on and off it. Also extending that wall out so you're not actually able to go off would be good too. Apart from that, it's got a bit too much custom-y, you know, put together stunt road piece in that section for me, for my liking personally, but yeah, it's a fun little playlist track. Again, here the wall, why not just have it so you can't just, you know, abuse the curbs? You're putting a wall there anyway. Why not have it be useful? Ouch. Trailer Park Girls line wasn't allowed to work that time. I guess that's why it's not submitted as an event track. I mean, that's true, but the point still stands. Just because it's not an event track doesn't mean to say that it, you know, can't have the same improvements. It just feels a little bit rough around the edges, around the custom created sections. This whole area feels like some refinement could still be done. Really wish Xbox would stop giving me these frame drops. If this is rough, I don't want to know what's less than a score of 4. Oh, you would be surprised how bad things can get, I imagine. And again, it's another fun sort of high-speed, unique layout with custom-created sections and covered-over sections track. I think it's kind of a similar thing to what we saw in the second race, and it does that job well. It's a good bit of fun. Got lucky with that one, getting through that little gap. me the speed. Should I go for a dive? Totally going for a dive. Didn't work. Didn't work. I just went straight for him instead. Oh, I'm so sorry. He covered off the inside more than I was expecting, and I couldn't get it turned in enough. That was bad. That was very, very, very bad. It was just bad driving. That was just bad. That was just terrible. And I can only apologise. Bruffy punt. I deserve the scum emotes. Lo-fi bike ride with the $2 super chat. You dived, but the pool was empty. I think that's exactly what happened. It was an absolute takeout. It wasn't even. It was just a pure takeout. Oh man! Thank you, Lo-fi bike ride, for the super chat. Yeah, that was bad. Ever since the DLC, the frames on Xbox have gone from bad to horrendous. Yeah, I think that's been a general thing. Since the last DLC, frames across the board haven't been very good. Alright. So we got... This is another regular racing track. Not an event track. We can do sports. Let's ban the top sports cars. Plus the Paragon R will ban as well. And the Neo. And the other top sports cars. 3 laps seems about right, actually. Let's see some Massacros. Yeah, I'm going to use a Massacro now then. I haven't used a Massacro for a while. What's the difference of tier 2 and tier 3? Do you mean on YouTube memberships? Let's see, what have we got? I think I'm going to take the Massacro. I didn't look at how the layout of the track was. Maybe it'll not suit the Massacro, but if it was YouTube memberships that you were talking about, there is a new thing with YouTube memberships now. They've released the ability to make tiers. So you can have the normal YouTube membership, which is considered tier 1 at $4.99. And then there's like, you can set your own versions. So basically what I did is put some of the perks that I have over on Patreon into the YouTube memberships as well. If you click the join button, it just explains it all. You can click each tier of membership and it'll tell you what the perks are for each tier. Most of the perks are from the $5 regular membership, obviously, with the early testing results and permanent place in the stream crew, all that kind of stuff. But you just get a few extra things for the higher tiers as a way to say thank you for the extra support. That's how it always should be seen, I guess. But yeah, it's very similar to what I have over on Patreon, basically. Just a different way for people to access it. And thank you again to the 51 members that are sticking around. Yeah, that's some lag. So we got another regular racing track. So again, it's not trying to be an event track. A bit hectic so far. That Energy Retro Custom is good in the corners, but does not like the top speed sections. Look at it go in the corners. Such good grip. And then no top end. I miss the Massacro. This used to be my go-to car. Just to see the video of how magnificent the F620 is. The tier 4 membership. The top one. It's a really cool sort of walled section. Oh. EC Sport. Wouldn't that be considered banned as well? EC Sport gets like a 101 lap time. That's a top sports car. Crazy how the game has moved on. Anything Energy RH8 or quicker, you're gonna have it banned in a banned sports car race. That Energy is just all over the back of us. Oh my god. At least everyone's getting these frame drops now when it happens. It's not just me. It seems, at least. Oh god. No, really. It was all going so well. Fighting over a top 2 position. And gone. It's a fun layout, this. Like, it's unique. The whole walled section around the outside is pretty cool. I like that we've got some elevation in certain areas. I don't know whether it's like just a bit too much, like overly complex as far as like layout goes. In sort of like the Sandy Shores area. Maybe if it was a bit more simple, it would actually serve it better. Keeping all of the custom created stuff. But yeah. Got some good tracks tonight. Really nice high quality creations. Giving us some good racing. Just absolutely monster these cars on the straights. But then lose all the time in the corners. I mean, I'm assuming the Issy Sport isn't going to finish since it's a banned car, so that moves me up into 3rd place, I guess, technically. Now that whoever was in 3rd made that mistake. Ugh. Didn't mean to hit the horn there. Considering the Issy Sport is so, you know, quick, I feel like I'm not doing too bad in a Massacro to ease up onto the back. I mean, it's got no top speed, I suppose, but I feel like it could be going around these corners so much quicker. Elegy Retro. It just does not stop turning. It's like the Issy Sport. Just not quite as bad. Not quite as good, I should say, in terms of turning capabilities. Trying to defend in my Massacro for this, what should be 3rd place. Success. Yeah, we've had some good racing tonight. Had some fun. The tracks have lent themselves to some fun races, and that's all you can really ask of them. The thumbnail looks dope. The thumbnail was from was it the 2nd track that we played tonight? For those who haven't seen it, I don't think I've really announced it either. I've got a wall of scumbags now as well on my website, bruffy.com/scumbags, and you get a list of people who've, you know, donated a lot, and those who subscribe on Twitch of a certain level, YouTube members of a certain level, Patreon supporters, things like that. Everybody's names is listed there. I plan to sort of build it out a little bit more as time goes on as well. Maybe put in some RP stuff and other things, but again, it's one of those other ways to say thank you to those who are supporting me monthly or overall. Longest serving subscribers and things like that are all in there. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. So this is a right, yeah, the last 2 tracks today are event racing tracks. So everyone has to do a pit stop in these tracks. We haven't done a muscle race yet. Everyone's got to do a pit stop. 1 pit stop. I don't know where the pit lane is. If the pit lane is around the start-finish straight, then you shouldn't do a pit stop on the final lap. If it's somewhere else, then you're fine to do it on the final lap. But yeah, 1 pit stop for everybody. Doesn't matter what lap you do it on, but everybody in this race has got to do 1 pit stop. Any muscle car is fine as well in this. Set it tonight, it's 3 AM. You're alone, it's 3 AM and you're driving around Vespucci again. Nice to be included on the wall of scumbags. I'm quite teary now, but that might be the vodka I poured into my eyes to numb the pain. Yeah, I'm gonna try and like expand it a little bit. Those were the sort of categories that jumped out to me first. We have the monthly category, which has the people who are, you know, on Patreon each month to a certain level, the YouTube members of a certain level, the Twitch subscribers of a certain level, and then monthly donations, which gets updated every week. And then the all-time stuff, which is the longest serving Twitch subscribers, Patreon supporters, and YouTube members. And then I'll try and expand it a little bit from that, adding some other things as well. But yeah, I liked it. You know, I like the idea of having a place to put people's names to say thanks. So I'm not going to go to the back this time. Looks like the pit lane. Don't tell me the pit lane is to the right of that corner. That might be one of the worst pit lane entries that we've seen in an event track on this entire content creator stream series. Is it really to the right at the start of the race? That's the exit. That can't be the exit, surely. The exit was further around? We'll figure it out. So this is trying to be an event track, which means that the main thing about the track should be that the only thing that's going to separate drivers is driver skill. There shouldn't be any lamppost that can be knocked over with lag and then affect another driver even though he did nothing or anything like that. And it should have a good variety of corners to test drivers on all sorts of aspects, you know, all that kind of stuff. Pit lane is important because lots of the pit lane is to the right there. And that is the entrance to the pit. That is the worst entrance to a pit lane I've ever. I'm sorry whoever made this track, but that is an absolutely atrocious pit entrance. And you've just seen it in action why it was. So everyone's got to do one pit stop. So I'm going to go in there. I was going to try and go in and on that lap, but I couldn't because R2XDJ was there in his Sabre Turbo. It's notoriously difficult to create a track around Vespucci. And I think it does largely do that pretty well. Like, some of the smoothed over sections work well. Again, I'm not too fond of overly covered over stunt board pieces that don't really do much, but that's just a personal thing. Got some faster sections. It's got some slower sections. There's no indication that that's the pit lane either. That lamppost on the outside could be done with gone as well since it's close to the line that you'll be taking. Yeah, there are quite a few barriers that are 90 degrees to the track. Like, okay, this is the pit entry. I almost missed it. I can't, I mean, the pit lane has lampposts all over the place as well. I can't begin to describe how bad of a pit entry that is. And the pit exit as well comes straight out onto the racing line. Yeah, I wouldn't even be I couldn't give this a 4 out of 5 as a test if I was a tester for an event track because of the pit lane alone. I just couldn't. From a personal perspective, a pit lane is important to an event track. You've got to have a functional pit lane that's not going to cause issues. And that is bad. The rest of the track, most of it, there's still improvements that can be made, but you know, from a track perspective, it's pretty good. There are some, you know, nice areas, nice corners, nice flowy sections. There are some improvements, but that's what the score of a 4 is. It's closer to a 4, this one. It was 4.1 something. So, you know, that's kind of what it's aiming for. It's good enough to be sort of considered verified. But there are still improvements to be made. But I couldn't give it that kind of score just on virtue of the pit lane. I genuinely couldn't. There's no alright, let me try and be constructive about it as well to explain why it's such a bad entry. There's no indication of where the pit lane is. You just have to know that you've got to randomly turn right there. It's completely open, so if there's someone, you know, if there's two, look, there you go, there's the pit exit. Perfect example of the pit exit being bad. The fact that someone just came out of the pit lane and, you know, right into the racing line and someone else crashed because of it. The pit exit comes out on the racing line. There's no separation. You know, even if there was just a bit of a wall in between, so that people who are coming around the corner, if they went too wide, they would hit the wall instead of hitting the outside where people who are coming out of the pit lane is going to be. And then the entry, you've got people all over the, you know, the road. The quickest way to get into the pit lane would be to go all the way over to the left and cut across to the right to enter the pit lane, and that's what you're going to get people doing in a racing situation because, you know, you're going to want to get into the pit lane as quickly as possible. But everybody else who's not going into the pits is going to be pulling over to the right hand side. So you're going to have people turning from left to right as other people are going from and slowing down at the same time, as other people are going on the right hand side and going straight on past the pit lane. There's no separation, like separating barrier or anything like that to filter people off into those who are going into the pit lane and then those who are carrying on the track. Plus there's no indication that it's pit lane in the first place, so like, how are you meant to know? There are almost certainly there's going to be worse pit lanes that have been submitted on tracks that have been submitted to this series. We just very rarely see them because they don't. The rest of the track isn't good enough to be considered verified. But of the tracks that have been shown on this stream, we've still had some pretty bad pit lanes, in my opinion. The entries or exits, you know, there's very rarely something that. No, there's normally something that is a bit suspect about a pit entry or a pit exit. But that has to be the worst pit lane entry and exit, and pit lane in general, that I've seen from these streams. I've definitely seen worse in existence. Just the rest of the track hasn't been good enough. This was a good track elsewhere, but the pit lane was horrible. Really, really horrible. What happens if the track maker is watching? Well, that's the whole idea. I hope the track maker is watching so that they can get constructive criticism and move that pit lane somewhere else. Because the rest of the track is pretty good. Glad to be able to provide a perfect example of why the pit lane is horrible. Yeah, Equation, you did get a little bit wrecked there. Right, so... let's have everybody in a Gauntlet Classic. Let's leave it a bit longer. Let's do 4 laps for the final one. Matty requested a Gauntlet Classic race before the stream started, and since it is this week's car, let's do a Gauntlet Classic race. Everybody who has a Gauntlet Classic, choose it. If you don't, stand on top of your car. Gauntlet Classics, give it out. I'll do a sticky bomb to start the race. Let's not make it too long. But remember, this is another event track. We've got 2 event tracks towards the end of this playlist, so pit lanes for everybody on this track as well. How did I lose first? Because the 2 people who finished in front of me were quicker. pretty straightforward, that one. I'll take a Vigero in case I lose my own Gauntlet Classic, since it's about the same pace. So when it comes to pit lanes, you need to have a defining part of the track where people peel off to go and enter the pit lane without causing issues to any other drivers. You don't want people to turn into the entry of the pit lane to having to cut across other drivers. That's just accidents waiting to happen. And you want an exit of the pit lane that feeds into traffic, ideally at a decent speed, off the racing line. Basically, the rule is pit entries and exits should be off the racing line, out of the way of all the other cars as much as possible. That's pretty straightforward, I think. Pit entries and exits, keep them away from the racing line of the track, and allow people to get up to a decent bit of speed when re-entering. That's it. That's all you need to do. If you have any kind of pit lane that interacts or interferes with the racing line in any way, then it's a bad pit lane. When you're leading and you pit. Yeah, I was leading and then I pitted. I got overtaken by Malice in his Yosemite, and then the guy who was behind me, when he pitted, he'd done quicker laps and he came out ahead of me. Just win, Bruffy, end of. Yeah, the higher traction cars in that last race were doing well. The Dominator couldn't really handle the Yosemite and the Sabre Turbo Custom. This is an absolute mess. How have we got stranded cars all over the place? So I'm guessing this white car in the middle of the... Oh, there we go. So Master Jedi still needs a car. I'm guessing that Tampa isn't doing anything either. Something weird is going on where people can't drive other people's cars. Alright, pit stop for everybody in this race. Looks like you're going to be able to do it on any lap because it doesn't interfere with the start finish line. So any lap is fine. We got anybody standing up still who needs a car? Make sure that they get one. This wasn't worth it. This wasn't worth it. I can't drive Specky's white car. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people seemingly can't drive Specky's car. Are we nearly good? Master still needs a car, it looks like. An Equation needs a car. If anybody wants to give them. Just go, I'll clear the mess. Well, we still need people with cars, I think. There we go. Alright. Oh, that's what's happening. When people are respawning, the cars aren't disappearing anymore. That must only be not happening all the time, but... Ah, that's why. Well, yeah, it's meant to be, Jeffrey. This is the last time we're going to be doing this. Alright. Sticky bombs at some point after 4 minutes 20. Elmar van den Dolder with the €2.50 super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. The starts. Oh, and there's an absolute mess at the front. Copyright flew. How did he? Okay, I'm just going. This was totally not worth the effort. Alright. Final track of the night. Another event track. Might just do a pit stop on the first lap, get it over with. And then I can, if it's bad, I can rant about pit lanes for the rest of the race. Stay left on the pit straight. Okay, there you go. You've been warned, everybody. Stay left on the pit straight when you come past the start-finish line. I'm guessing there's obstructions. What a mess. This was a perfect example of why I stopped watching the Twitch streams. Well, you know, the Twitch streams are meant to be a lot more relaxed and a bit more chill. It's not just race after race after race, crazy. I don't even think I could take that. There's a lot more chat interaction on the Twitch streams, there's a lot more downtime. I don't think there's a problem with that. But yeah, it's not right for these streams to be wasting time like that. Meant to be showcasing some tracks. There's no way I could do a Twitch stream for 4 hours each night, for every stream, 4 or 5 hours or whatever it is, that are as on as these YouTube streams. I need a lap to think about it. I need to reserve some thoughts for the next lap on the pit lane aspect. I need to go past it again before I can give some thoughts. The track is nice though. I like the, again, more like custom created section type stuff. Linking.
He gets such a huge boost from.
Linking different parts of the map together. Thank you for the donation. I'll read it out properly after the race. There's a decent variety of corners, it looks like, so far. Certain ones have been smoothed over, which is nice. Lampposts have all been covered over in the right places or removed, as in here, for example. Xbox frame rate is horrendous. I feel like that pit lane suffers from the same problems as the last pit lane, just to a lesser extent. Like, it still exits on the racing line. The entry means that you have to cut across the racing line, but it's not as bad because you can kind of just, you know, I don't know, it's the thing that I'll say is that I feel like there must be a better solution than that pit lane as it is right now. There must be a better location that offers a bit more of a, you know, difference. Because you still come out of the pit lane, that last pit lane. You still come out on the racing line. You're going to have cars drifting to the left, following the racing line. As people are coming out of the pit lane onto that exact same line. It's just at a slower speed, because the pit lane's a bit tighter and the corner makeup is a bit tighter as well. Like, there's got to be other areas around this track where a pit lane can go that's a better solution than that. And again, apart from the pit lane, both of the tracks tonight have been good, you know, good solid event tracks. Maybe some minor improvements here and there, but they've been good races. I feel like they've both been let down by the pit lane. Did Equation get wrecked by the pit lane and exit again? Oh god. I really like this section, by the way. I know I've crashed, but I do really like the how it pulls over to the left. Pit lane could be there on the left hand side, couldn't it? I suppose you'd still exit on the racing line, so not really. I'm going to try and pick out a spot. Let's figure it out. Creator here made the track with only 150 props, only updated it to remove poles. I've already moved the pit lane once, but I have an idea of where to move it. Alright, okay. So, Creator's already aware, I guess you could say, that there's another place where the pit lane could go. Like anywhere around the highway. So much space around this highway. Just on the other side of that road. There's no way to re-enter, I suppose. You can only... There's got to be somewhere on this freeway that you can have a different pit lane. That's all I'll say. This looks like it's going to be a lonely sixth, I guess, until the finish. Again. Gee. Oh, what a mess of a last corner, and what a mess of cars. But again, another good track. I think we've had some good tracks tonight. It's been a good selection. And I think, hopefully, we've all had some ability to go away from this with some better information about pit lanes. Aratoth, thank you for the $5 donation. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. I'm gonna try my best. Oh, I just swapped that over as well. Lo-fi bike ride with the $5 super chat as well. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
He gets such a huge boost from... Ah!
Could you do that race again? Absolutely not. It took far too long with all the gridding up. We're not going to do that again. I would like to do stuff like that and choose specific cars, but it takes, you know, even at the best of times, if everybody's well drilled, it still takes a good minute to 2 minutes. And I think it's more important for these streams to just get on and showcase the tracks. Let's do... Since it's in my head from earlier this morning, let's do Raptors. Can you choose a Raptor as a stock vehicle? You can, right? First person camera lock as well. Have we done Raptors already? Well, let's lock it to first person and do... Oh yeah, Ruston. That's a good idea. Let's do the Ruston instead. Ruston's pretty good in first person. Everybody in the Ruston. If you can't choose the Ruston, choose another car that begins with the letter R that's first alphabetically. I don't know what that would be. I'm assuming the Ruston is going to be available, but just in case it isn't. Lo-Fi Bike Ride, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you all for the super chats and the donations, and just for being here and watching as well. There it is. Let's go for a hot pink. Yes, you can, but nobody should. Nobody cheat the first person system. Everyone's got to do this in first person. If you cheat, you're a scumbag. And well, that's it. So those are our 7 tracks done. As I said, if you want to get any of the tracks from tonight, the links are down below in the description. They're down below in the order in which we played them. So the first track is the first one in the list, and so on and so forth. We got the link in the description as well to submit your own tracks. As the blimp says, thank you for watching, as always. I won't be back here live next week. I should have left Catch Up and Slipstream on as well. But I will be back here with a pre-recorded video as a premiere next week for the PC content creator stream. Oh my god! Oh my god, is that the best save ever? Look at that! No! The frame drops! Stupid console. Okay, there's first place gone. Ah, good times. So yeah, I'll be recording the PC content creator stream tomorrow. That will be on tomorrow's Twitch stream. We'll start a little bit early for the Twitch stream. We'll do the PC content creator stream, and then move over to 5M, do some random racing, and finish with Chief Fred, just as always. So yeah, feel free to come to the Twitch stream tomorrow. Give me a follow on Twitch. It's going to be a good stream, I'm sure. If you want to see some random racing, if you want to see some Chief Fred live. Otherwise, I'll be back technically this time next week with a video, but I'll put it as a premiere, so there'll still be the live chat and all that kind of stuff. When's it start? Bruvy.com/schedule gives you all the info, but it'll be about 4:30 UK time, maybe 5 o'clock, something like that, for tomorrow's stream. And the next time I'll be live on YouTube will be the first week of September. That'll be back again for PS4 content creator stream. It should be normal time for 5M. I plan to start a little bit earlier for the PC portion of the stream tomorrow night. Good pit lanes, everybody. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. Hopefully you've enjoyed the stream. If you did, like I said, I'm doing it all the time on Twitch, so feel free to jump over there as well. And I'll see you guys live here on YouTube in about, 3 weeks time now? First week of September. Next 2 months are going to be a bit iffy, considering I'm going to be here, there, and everywhere. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all the support on the videos, the streams, all what it is. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you everybody down below for the donations and the super chats. And I'll see you guys in a little while. Hopefully tomorrow, if you come to tomorrow's stream. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.